Title: My wife's lover attacked me after I discovered their affair. Now he's paying for it in prison. I never imagined I'd be the kind of man to stand face to face with betrayal. But life has a way of proving you wrong at the worst possible moments. My name is Daniel. I'm 37. Until a few months ago, I truly believed my marriage was unshakable. Melissa and I had been together for nearly 10 years. We had routines, inside jokes, and a rhythm that made me think we were solid. I trusted her completely. Maybe that's why the truth cut so deep when I finally discovered it. It began with small changes I couldn't ignore, though I tried. Melissa grew secretive with her phone. She started working late more often, even though her job as a marketing manager rarely required it. The laughter that used to echo through our home suddenly vanished, reserved only for texts she never showed me. I told myself I was imagining things, that I was being paranoid. But when your gut screams at you, you can't silence it forever. The confirmation came one night. She said she was going out for drinks with co-workers. Something in her tone sounded rehearsed. I waited until she left, then followed her at a distance. I wish I hadn't. What I saw shattered me. There she was, my wife, leaning too close to a man I didn't recognize at first. His hand brushed her back. They kissed like it had been going on for months. My chest felt hollow. I didn't storm in. I stood outside the bar for 20 long minutes, forcing myself to breathe. His name was Ryan, a so-called friend from her gym. Rage boiled inside me, but a strange calm took over. If I confronted them there, I'd lose control. So I waited. Ryan wasn't done, though. He didn't just want Melissa. Days later, when I confronted her at home, the lies finally crumbled under undeniable proof. That's when he showed up, not to apologize or explain, but to attack me. The night Ryan came to my house is etched in my memory like scars carved in stone. Melissa had just admitted the affair, pale and red-eyed. Before I could process her words, pounding erupted on the door. I opened to find him, broad-shouldered, drunk, seething like I had wronged him. "You ruined everything," he spat, breath heavy with alcohol. Before I could respond, he shoved me hard against the door frame. Melissa screamed. Instincts I hadn't used in years kicked in, self-defense training rushing back. He swung a wild punch that grazed my cheek. The sting sharpened my focus. I wasn't letting this man, this intruder who betrayed my home, overpower me. We grappled in the hallway, furniture crashing around us. Melissa cried, begging us to stop, but Ryan didn't care. He wanted to dominate, to prove I was weak, the way he must have whispered to her behind my back. But I wasn't weak. I pinned him down, forearm pressing into his chest, eyes blazing with fury. For a second, I thought about ending it there. Instead, I pulled back, breathing hard. "Leave my house. Now!" But Ryan wasn't finished. He lunged, grabbing a glass vase and smashing against my arm. Pain shot through me, warm blood running down my sleeve. That was his mistake. By the time the police arrived, thanks to a neighbor who'd heard the chaos, Ryan lay groaning on the floor. Melissa sat frozen on the couch, staring at the wreckage of the life she'd carelessly destroyed. The officers separated us, took statements, and saw the truth of my injuries in the shattered living room. Ryan was cuffed, furious, claiming I had set him up, but the evidence was clear. That night marked the end of my marriage, but also the beginning of Ryan's downfall. In the weeks that followed, the reality sank in like a weight I couldn't shake. My arm was in a cast. My house bore the scars of the fight. My heart felt hollowed out. Melissa tried to reach me, leaving messages, begging to talk. But what was left to say? She hadn't just betrayed me. She stood silently while her lover attacked me in my own home. That silence spoke louder than any apology ever could. The case moved quickly. Assault with a deadly weapon, trespassing, property damage. Ryan's arrogance didn't help him. He sneered, acting like I was a villain for exposing him. But the jury saw the photos of my injuries, heard the 911 call recording, and watched Melissa squirm as she admitted Ryan had forced his way inside. When the verdict came back guilty, Ryan didn't look shocked or remorseful, only furious. He was sentenced to prison. The man who thought he could steal my wife and destroy me was now shackled. That moment wasn't about revenge. It was justice. Finally, he couldn't hurt me anymore. Melissa tried once more, standing outside the courthouse, tears streaming. Daniel, please, we can fix this. I looked at her, really looked, and saw someone I no longer recognized. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I simply said, "No, Melissa, you chose this. Now live with it." Then I walked away. Betrayal doesn't just break you. It rebuilds you. I've learned trust isn't something to give blindly. Strength isn't measured by how hard you hit back, but by how you rise after being knocked down. Ryan is paying for his choices in prison. Melissa is paying hers in loneliness. And me? I'm free. Bruised, yes, but free.